Jupiter! Jupiter! Oh no! Great. This is all we need. Jupiter, are you okay? Ow. Well, she looks all right. A bit winded, perhaps, but nothing more. You were very fortunate, Jupiter, and also very foolish. Winded? You call this winded? I hope I didn't hurt you, hon. You did come at me rather fast. I came at you rather fast? You're a bear, you're not supposed to be here. Get out. You don't belong here. Ow. Well, are you going to tell her, or am I? Helen has every right to be here, Jupiter. She lives with us. This is her territory. We just share it with her. But why? You're wolves. She's a bear. You don't get on. Bears and wolves fight with each other. You should be killing her. Well, I declare you are the most rude she-wolf I've ever come across. Who taught you manners, Missy? Huh? Who taught you manners? Oh, you'll have to excuse her, Helen. Jupiter's new. And rather forward. She's literally just arrived. I promise she won't do that again. Can we please just let it slide? Just this once, please? I don't know. She was extremely rude to me. I'm not used to being talked that way. It's about time somebody did. Ow! I can assure you, Helen, she won't do that again. I'll make sure she understands everything. I give you my word as Alpha. Well, all right then. But if you ever do that again, young Missy, I will not be responsible for my actions. Now, why don't you go and eat your fill with Nigel? Just let SJ take his usual piece to Anna. And then perhaps we can have a peaceful evening after all. You just watch yourself, Missy. Come on, Nigel. Come in, Mar. Are you mad? You live with a bear. What's wrong with you? I knew you were crazy, but seriously, this is just pathetic. Keep your voice down. If Helen hears me, let her hear me. No. If she hears you, you'll be out of the pack before you can blink. You let a bear rule you. She doesn't rule us. It's complicated. Oh, you're telling me it's complicated? There's a bear in charge of a wolf pack. Tell me what is not complicated about that statement. Don't tell me Jackie's not alpha enough to fight back. You leave her alone. Jackie's fine. It's just difficult. I don't believe you. You won't even fight against a bear who clearly rules a wolf pack. This is Helen's territory. We owe it to her. You owe a bear nothing. All you owe her is the flash of your white teeth when you snarl at her. That's all a bear is good for. Is for biting and chasing away from prey. This pack is unbelievable. I knew you would understand. I don't particularly want to. Now I've seen a bear rule a wolf pack, now I really don't want to stay. If you carry on like that, you won't have a choice but to leave. Well, at least when I do decide to leave, it'll be on my own terms. Not that fat lump of a bear. Can't believe you, Jackal. Can't believe you. She's right. It is pathetic. But what can you do? I can't afford to break the oath. Not now. Mother? It's me. I thought it was you. My sweet boy. What on earth is going on out there? Sounds like quite a commotion going on. Oh, that. It's just the new she-wolf Jackal brought back. Trying to attack Helen. Naturally, you can imagine what a good mood that left everyone with. That won't be good. That'll be Helen in a bad mood all day now. As if problems weren't bad enough as it is. Now I've got a bad-tempered bear to contend with for a while. I brought you some food. It's not much, but it's something. Thanks, SJ. I'll eat it later. When I'm hungry, perhaps. You need to eat more. You need to come outside, enjoy the fresh air. It'll do you good. Just leave it be, SJ, please. I don't want to talk about it. Do you know how it upsets me? I'm only worried about you. I'm your son. It's my duty to worry about my own mother. Especially when she spends all her time so sad. You won't even tell us so we can help you get through it. We're a pack, Mother. We're supposed to be working together. You could at least trust us to at least help you in your healing process. And I appreciate your concern, my son. Believe me. But you can't change any of this. No one can. So just please leave me alone. Let it be. Let it be. Very well. I'll see you later, okay? Just try and eat something, please. I love you. How did it go then? What do you think? Same as it always does. Nowhere. She's never going to come out of that den, is she? I know it's hard, SJ. It's hard on all of us. But you've got to give Anna time. More time than we thought she needed, perhaps. I know. But she's my mother. I have every right to be concerned about her. She won't even let me help her. I feel so useless. A feeling does not sit well with me. Not at all. Time is supposedly a great healer. But it takes more than just time, SJ. Anna has to be willing to be helped. And that's sometimes a lot harder. And in some cases it can take longer for those of us that have closed ourselves off from the world to respond to its Gentle nudge. Sometimes it can take longer than we think it should. Just bear with your mother. I know it's hard. You've got so many questions and only she can answer them. Just give her time. Patience really is the key.
I understand that, Lucy. You've told me 1,000 times and more. But it has to be said, there are things that I need to know about my father that only she can answer. She won't even talk to me about him. She won't even look me in the eye anymore because I look too much like him. I'm making my own mother upset simply because of the way I look. Why won't she talk to me about him? It might help her.
Grief is a powerful thing, SJ. You've got to give her time. And besides, we've told you everything about Scout. We've told you about him.
And that's my point exactly, Lucy. You have told me about my father. Jackie, Jackal. You've all told me about my father. But I want to hear it from the one who really knew him. My own mother. There are things I just want to ask her that I can't ask anyone else, no matter how much I trust them. What if it's got something to do with the vision I had? What if this is all a connection somehow? The past about my father could be the key to unlocking all of this. I need to know.
I understand you're hurt, SJ. Believe me, I do. But there's nothing else any of us can do. We can't drag your mother out of there.
I'm not asking you to do that. I need a way to get her out of the shell. A way to make her realise that life is worth living again. I can't do that on my own.
Like I said, time. You've just got to be patient. You've got to give her what she needs. Patience. Understanding.
I understand your frustration. I don't think you do. Deep down inside my heart, I feel things I can tell no one else about. But my mother, she wouldn't even look at me in the eye anymore. So excuse me if my love, patience and understanding is wearing a little thin. It's hard to keep being hopeful after nearly 3 years of waiting.
Nice one, Lucy. Great job. Now feels even worse. Oh, Anna. What are we going to do with you? Must be an easy way to live a life. Jackie, do you mind if I have a word with you? Please. What? Oh, of course, Jupiter. Come on. Eat your food while you can, Bear. You won't stay here for long. I'll make sure of that, even if they don't. Now, Jupiter, what is it you want to talk to me about? I believe I can guess, judging by all the noise you made when Jackal tried his best to explain it to you. You said you were the alpha. How is that possible when there's a bear in charge? Because she's not in charge, Jupiter. This is just her territory. I suppose you better know why. You are quite right, of course. Wolves and bears, they don't mix. I should know. My father had his fair share of run-ins with bears. Probably more so than the average wolf, but then again, that's my father. Nothing should be surprising in that case. All the more reason why you should fight back. Banish her from the territory. There's a whole pack here of wolves that could claim it from her. And besides sharing your food, have you seen her? She's practically gorging herself on it. And her cub's just as fat. You will learn to be civil. This is my pack you're talking about. Whether you like it or not, Helen's here to stay. But why? Like I said, this is Helen's territory. I was struggling as a young alpha. There was no way that I was experienced enough to teach my pack how to hunt in different areas with different terrain. I was very inexperienced, and in hindsight, maybe I should have left my dad's pack so young, but teenage, wannabe alpha, thought I knew everything. Now I'm realizing just how hard it can be. Leadership is a skill, an art form, and I'm just a young wolf trying to be an alpha. Well, you look the part, if that's any consolation. It's much more difficult than that, Jupiter. I want my pack to have a territory, a hunting ground of their very own. But we were starving. There was no food, and everyone was tired, and Anna was about to give birth to SJ any day. So, one day we found a bear cub, and his mother was close by. She told us that her name was Helen and her son was Nigel, and that in exchange for letting her share our food and sometimes sleep in our den, she agreed that we could have the territory and share the hunting grounds. I didn't want to make that decision. I didn't want to have to do that, but I had no choice. I had to think of the pack first, and that's when I realized that the pack's survival mattered more than my pride and my fear and hatred of bears. Besides, Helen's turned out to be a pretty good bear so far. Mind you, I still feel uneasy when I'm around her. But then again, that could be just old fear. Still doesn't make any sense to me, though. You're big, you're strong, you could take her on. I made a promise. And if we get rid of Helen, then another bear will just come wandering into this territory. And it might not be as friendly as Helen. Friendly? You call her friendly? You were rude to her. You might do well to remember that. I don't like her. I don't have much of a fondness for her myself. And nor she for us, but sometimes you have to make allowances, whether you like those decisions or not. I still don't understand. I want to fit in, it's just, I know. Maybe family life for you was different where you came from. But here, it's about love, trust, acceptance and understanding. Something my father taught me a long time ago. Now, it's late. Sunset is upon us now, and I think it's time you all got an early night. Don't you? I still think you're crazy. Good night, Jupiter. Sleep well. Maybe you'll feel better in the morning. Don't be too sure. I might not be here tomorrow morning. Oh. Why do I do it? I just mess everything up. Maybe she's right. Don't worry, Jupiter. You won't be here for long. Just find that wolf and move on. And leave this crazy pack far behind you. is that crying? Who are you? Sorry. I didn't mean to startle you. You're Anna, right? The she-wolf I saw in the den earlier? Yes. My name is Anna. You must be Jupiter. I'm sorry you had to see me like this. I hoped it'd be better by now. I suppose I was wrong. You must really miss him. Your mate. What? Yes. How did you know? Of course. Lucy. She must have told you. They do that, you know, to appease my pain. But it doesn't change it at all. I remember when my mother died. I was terribly sad. My father, he seemed to take it in his stride. But looking back, I think he was just as heartbroken as I was. And then, well, then I lost him too. I don't understand most things about wolf life, but grief, that's something I know about very well. I'm sorry for your loss. How old were you when they died? Well, I was a pup when my mum was killed, and a juvenile when I lost my father. Oh, you poor child. Grief. Death. They're such tragic things. Now all I have left is my son, and I can't even look him in the eye. Because of how much he reminds me of his father. He was quite a striking wolf, was Scout. That was his name, right? Yes. Scout. Oh, I miss him so much. He was so much stronger than me. Some of us grieve reasonably well and are able to move on. But some, like me, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm so sensitive. Maybe I shouldn't be such a pushover, a weakling. Maybe that would help. Trust me, weakness has nothing to do with it. It's just down to the average wolf. I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't know why I'm even talking to you. It's not like I'm going to see you again anyway. After today's episode, I'll probably be gone tomorrow. Exiled for being such a stupid wolf. Because of when you attacked Helen. You mean? Yeah, Helen. That's her. Big fat mound of a bear. She was so rude to me. I don't like her. She makes me worried. There's something horrible about her. But I can't put my paw on it. And after tonight, there's no way I'm going to be ever able to settle down into a pack. They're going to kick me out tomorrow, probably. And all because of that wretched bear. And her squirmy little cub. I'll ignore her. Everybody else tries to. It's a despicable notion. No wolf pack should be under the superiority of a bear. Or anything except the alpha wolf. Don't be too hard on yourself. Your time for a pack will come. I've tried. No other wolf pack will take me. I'm too bossy. I admit that. I'm a bossy wolf. I've always wanted to be part of a family. To make up for the one I lost. I don't do all this heart-to-heart, lovey-dovey stuff. Ugh, it's just not me. But becoming part of a pack? That's my dream. Right after I get my revenge. Revenge? What have you got to be so vengeful about? The wolf that attacked and killed my mother was the same wolf that killed my father too. I saw him do it. I saw him murder my father. And when I find him, he's going to be a dead wolf. I'll make sure of that, personally. Then, justice will be served. And I can begin to live in peace. I too have a wolf I wish to harm. The same one that killed Scout. But where would that leave me? With bitter memories and blood guilt. I've got enough heartbreak. I don't need anything else. But revenge! It'll heal everything, will it? Will it really heal everything? Or will it just make you miss what you've lost more than ever? I don't understand. What do you mean? Oh, Jupiter. Revenge may end that wolf's reign of terror. But it won't bring back your loved ones. It won't make the pain any better. I gave up on ever finding that wolf a long time ago. I have a son to take care of now. I can barely do that, but I'm trying. I'm trying. Revenge is a vicious thing. It never gives up. It haunts you and haunts you and haunts you. But it never goes away. Not unless you take a deep breath and let go. And I'm no expert. I'm nowhere near ready to forget what happened. What Khan did to Scout. Khan? Yes. Yes, that was his name. He was a horrible wolf. Vicious. Jealous. Brutal. I mean, what did Dominic ever do to hurt him? Except be his little brother. Jupiter? Why are you looking at me like that? Look, I've got to go. I've got to get back to the den before the Alpha wakes up. I don't want to offend her again. Why do I get the feeling that I shouldn't have said what I just did? I've got to go. Jupiter! What a strange wolf. I wonder what I said. I'm here. I'm here. At last, I have found what I was looking for. It'll all be over soon.